So today's Memorial Day, Monday, May 28th, 2018. And I was doing a load of laundry today, and this green sensing light came on, or was on, sometime after I turned on the machine and walked back into the house. This light was on. It always comes on. It's natural. But in any event, I came back a couple minutes later. Oh, I don't know. Maybe 10 minutes later, if that. And the green light was on, and the machine was making very strange noise, almost like gears were being stripped from a motor, like as if the motor was spinning and it was just stripping out some gears, making a ratcheting noise, and it wouldn't stop until I pushed, the pause button over here. I let it sit for a couple minutes, restarted it, green light came on, did the exact same thing. I even pulled the plug, waited 5 minutes, turned it back on, same thing. I drained all the water out manually out of the machine, pushed the button, and the machine started to fill with water again. Well, it started to sense and do its whatever, and then it started to fill with water. And at one point it started to wash, and then it went into the rinse cycle, and then it wouldn't remove the gray water. It started that ratcheting noise again. So I had to manually remove the water. I had to take the hose and hook it up close to the ground to another hose, longer hose, and run it out of the garage. And got rid of all the water. Turned the machine on, and it was fine. I went to go do another load of laundry, or just try to figure out what's going on, and it filled up. Started to go through its wash cycle again, and then of course once it got to the rinse cycle, it started doing the ratcheting, started making that ratcheting noise again. So I turned the dial to drain and spin, and it started making that noise. So I figured it had to be the drain pump. I flipped the machine. I pulled the machine this way towards me, 90 degrees, so I could look through the back end of the machine, after I got the water out, of course, after I manually drained the water out. Flipped the machine at 90 degrees, looked through the back. I could see where the pump was and how it was affixed to the tub. So it has 3 5/16 screws that hold it in place. Took those off, and as I pulled the pump off, this was partially sticking out, about that much sticking out of the pump. The rest of it was in the pump, preventing the pump from actually spinning. So I'm assuming somehow that's what was making the ratcheting noise. I don't know if it was stripping gears or what it was doing, but I cannot for the life of me figure out how this sock got through and into the pump, but it did somehow, some way. So if it could happen once, it could happen twice. So if you hear what sounds like ratcheting noise or gears being stripped, and your machine won't go into a different mode, say from wash into rinse, or it stays in sensing and it won't go to wash, and you hear what sounds like gears being stripped, you might want to drain all the water out, flip the machine 90 degrees, take those 3 screws out of the back where the pump is, and see if there's something in there preventing the pump from moving. So this is, again, a Maytag Centennial. About the only problem I've ever had with it. I know that people have had some issues, but this is really the only big issue I've ever had with it. So hopefully that helps somebody in the future. All right, take care.